Welcome back, everybody, to Rinard. As you can see, things are going along apace. We've got some good, strong development that's come in over here in good old Crittenden Corner. We've had the expansion set up over here for Bremenberg, and it's just a matter of time before those blocks build out. Now, it looks like our friend Mr. Kopfenstopf is wanting to connect another intersection with the highway, which is a pretty reasonable consideration. The trouble is we can't really allow him to expand housing with the pollution that seems to be coming from our industrial zones. And this is something that's been bothering the town fathers for quite some while. They've been looking at ways to maybe persuade our wonderful infrastructure of industry over here to move, and there just doesn't seem to be any motivation. Everyone seems to be really just happy where they are, happy to stay where they are. Granny Carruthers has been mounting a very painful letter writing campaign. She was able to persuade John North to move over here, as you'll recall, and expand the preserve of Carruthers Woods. Trouble is, there's still these polluting industries immediately adjacent, which, damages the trees of the woods. And if we look, we can see when we're doing our industrial, it shows the airflow, and airflow just blows consistently this way. And so, while it could work to build some housing over here, understandably, there's some reticence. So what are the town fathers going to do? That's the question that they're asking themselves in that town meeting. Closed door session, no less, when in bursts our friend Charles Kolos. And he says to the town fathers, guys, hear me out. I will convince Grindel to move with us. Sorry, let me play you back the recording.
Gentlemen, I will persuade Mr. Grindel to move his businesses out to the newer deposits that we have found out along the highway. This will allow shorter trips, less truck traffic of our product to the citizens of the neighboring area. This will also clean up the industry because it will draw the industry further away from the heart of the city. If you will purchase the land for us and annex it to the city, we will gladly move and help you facilitate the move.
Needless to say, they were a little bit awestruck, a little bit dumbfounded. But it was kind of an offer they couldn't help but accept, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Kolos has made his bid. Town fathers have felt like it's a reasonable consideration, because if they can add these areas to the city, that will facilitate Kolos moving. Once they started to move on that and they put forth the paperwork to annex this from the neighborhood, they realized, wait a second, there might be grants. And so they reached out to the prefecture, and there was indeed a grant in place to allow them to create another interchange here on the highway. So we're going to go into quick time-lapse road build and take care of this. As you can see, we've got the interchange built, and now we're going to go ahead and connect her up to our big road here, coming through the part of Bremenburg. Nice 6-laner. We'll go ahead and we'll bring this over here, but you know, we're actually going to restructure that just a little bit because that's just a little bit wonky. But you know, it helps to turn on curvy roads before you try to build a curvy road. It's strange. I know it's absolutely just flabbergasting that is how things work, but amazingly it is. Let's see what that does. That'll be a nice little connection, and that facilitates a further connection over here to our industrial zone, which the town fathers, seeing the possibility here, they're going to go ahead and find a way to connect this boulevard here and make a faster route out of town for our industrial folks to be able to get their goods in and out of town. In fact, they authorize a road widening project to further enable faster travel of all the goods and services out of town that are currently being exported. So they'll go ahead and they will further our road building montage. Brace yourselves. Wonderful. And yes, that's a lot of pavement, a lot of seemingly unused pavement, but hopefully this will help as the city tries to find its way into a more streamlined approach for traffic. Because as you can see, we've got some sincere traffic snarls going on here. And a lot of it is people going into town. Now, Kolos is going to go ahead and make good on that, but before he shuts down a production over there, he's gotten the city fathers to agree to allow him to build the new plants first. So the first one to go is going to be Colossal Ore on Assierstrasse, and that's our coal production facility. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to find the proper place for it over here with, you know, maximal benefit, because, you know, Kolos isn't dumb. He's proven that many times past, so he's going to make the most of his area here. So we'll go ahead, we'll grant him the siting location of that, and then we'll go ahead and build his connector road here. Nice 4-laner, facilitating him to get trucks in and out as needed. Nice little curve to get it out to the main road. And let's get it out to the main road. Probably should have done the curve after. Listen to City Planner Plays, friends. Phil knows what he's talking about. He's pretty good at this. Alright. So Kolos is connected there, but let's get him a much more successful mining area for his coal mine. But, you know, first off, I need to actually build it the correct direction. Because I didn't look. Sometimes it's better to have the road in place. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Alright. We're going to go ahead. We're going to build this out, extend this out, give him his production area to the best of our abilities. Probably have to come back and adjust the boundaries more. But we'll get there. Get there when we get there. No, we'll get there soon, because this is coming together quick. analysts came to the city fathers after this was all completed and kind of told them that, Kolos had kind of hoodwinked them a little bit in that he got a nice, huge new production area for significantly less than what he was doing before. Look at that. And Colossal Ore is going to close its shop here. Alright. Goodbye, Colossal Ore. Grindle Rock hasn't moved yet. Colossal Ore 2 is looking at Metal Ore. Where will Colossal Ore 2 go? Well, that is the billion-dollar question, because there's a lot of good ore in the ground here. We've got Grindle Rock that could go in. We've got Colossal Ore that can go in, and I think that he and Grindle are going to have a nice little conversation about their product. And kind of get a feel for how best to divvy out the area. So Grindle will move first. He'll be kind and let Grindle, who's done a lot of good work in helping grow his abilities here. And it looks like Grindle's actually dithering a little bit here, because I'm dithering. But Grindle Rock will be right here at the entrance. And we'll go from there. Yep, perfect. That's Grindle Rock. That's what we need. Say goodbye to Grindle Rock. Bye to Grindle Rock. Bump. And Colossal Ore 2. Colossal Ore 2 is going to be actual ore mining instead of coal mining. Nope. Grindle doesn't get that one. Gonna make for an interesting name for this neighborhood. We're gonna have to create a new industrial area. The Kolos Industrial Zone. It'll be the mining district. There we go. Look at that. Big mines out of the downtown area. Say goodbye to Colossal Ore 2. Colossal Ore 2 has moved over here. No, you're not Grinder Rock. You're Colossal Ore 2. Silly thing. Okay. Now we've got our turned off landfill. Let's relocate that landfill of ours. Because that landfill of ours could arguably come and hang out over here, which would also allow for us to do a little more direct connection to Copperlight Terrace on our City Services Street, which the Town Fathers are all for because they know that there is definitely an output of solid waste that needs to be addressed coming from our plant here. And while it's doing all right, it's only doing about 30% usage. They are planning for the future. Got to future-proof everything. So they're going to go ahead and they are going to set up a landfill zone just preventatively. It's not actually being used currently, but it might need to be done in the future if for some reason our power plant cannot keep up. Let's check in on the power plant. How's our power plant doing? Good solid production. We're processing well. We're doing a good solid amount of energy. Good, good, all good news. Now, while the government cleansing agency comes in and looks at this area here, talks are afoot with our city fathers and the owners of these businesses to incite them to relocate further out here along the path of Primrose Street, which I still don't like the name, so put the name in the chat. We'll change it, and I will give you a shout-out thank you in an episode, because Primrose just doesn't feel like the right name for things. Now, Kolos Crossing, on the other hand, does need to be connected. And the City Fathers, they're done talking with these business interests here, because they're not moving on the subject. And City Fathers say, no, we need this connection, so eminent domain. Eminent domain! Yeah! And Kolos Crossing will continue its way over and will eventually curve into the road there and make this one exactly. It's Kolos Crossing. As it should be. Offering multiple ways into the city. Hopefully that has helped reduce our traffic flows. It seems to have done. Which, won't that be nice? Now, discussions are ongoing. We'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, we've got people over here who need more customers, they say, so let's look into that. Town Fathers, recognizing that this is going to be the start of the built-up area, they're going to authorize some medium density housing from a new builder, Sir Reginald Hargreaves. No, not really. Sarah Halberton is actually who it is. She's a friend of Yolanda's. Yolande Crittenden. And so Sarah has come and has decided to bring a feminine touch to the development process and hopefully bring a nice little additional flavor, a different style to the area. And as you can see, it's been well received already so far. Town Fathers, knowing that people need jobs, they have authorized further construction of some office blocks, but they are being respectful of our farm entities here. So that's building in over here with Yolande Crittenden. Now, friends, we've done a lot this episode. As you can see, things are changing in Rinard. It looks like we're going to be moving our entire industrial zone further out, way over here by the mining district, which will be a benefit to the city because it will move the industrial uses away from the downtown. The problem is commute times and making sure people can get where they need to go. So there's probably going to be some bus work done. There's probably going to be maybe even some tram work done. We might set up a circular tram here on Kolos Crossing and on the connector through Bremenberg. But we'll get to that next episode. Thanks for being here. Glad to have you in our little growing city, our big city now of Rinard. Bye.